You know the question. It comes dressed as small talk, but it lands like an accusation. So, what are you doing for your birthday? And you say it, the one answer that always seems to puzzle everyone. Nothing. It's just another day. And suddenly, you're the outlier, the puzzle piece that doesn't fit. But what if nothing is wrong? What if there's more science and sanity in your answer than anyone around you realizes? Stay with me. Let's look beneath the candles, beneath the surface, to the psychology of why you and so many others step quietly past the party. Picture this. You're standing at the edge of a conversation or a family table. They're waiting for you to explain, to justify, to perform celebration the way everyone else seems to. But the urge doesn't come. Sometimes there's no sadness, no bitterness. Sometimes there's only a calm absence, a gentle no thank you at the buffet of ritual. And to others, this is not just different, it's suspect. Family and friends ask, why not celebrate? Society broadcasts, if you're not making noise, are you even living? But underneath this silence, psychology runs deep. Birthdays, more than almost any day, are supposed to be bright beacons, times of gifts, recognition, remembered joy. But for some, that beacon flickers or fades, not because of lack, not because of flaw, but because of your brain's own protective wiring. Let's take a closer look. You might find yourself, first, and maybe most important, you are not broken. You are not late for the party. You are not incomplete. The truth, carved out by behavioral psychology and neuroscience, is that there are reasons, not failings, patterns. Adaptive patterns born from life, experience, and the quiet calculations your mind makes behind the scenes. You may actually be, in some ways, ahead of the curve, because where others see absence, the science sees adaptation. Let's start at the beginning. Learned helplessness. In 1967, psychologist Martin Seligman uncovered a phenomenon he called learned helplessness. When someone faces repeated disappointment, events where their actions have no impact, where hope only leads to more pain, the brain changes. It doesn't get weaker, it gets more efficient. It builds barriers to hope, to expectation. Picture a staircase your younger self tried to climb. Each year, one more step, a party imagined, a set of faces expected. But each year, maybe less response, less celebration, less attention than others seem to get. Eventually, your mind decides, hope hurts more than forgetting. It stops shaking the present to see what's inside. It stops setting itself up for disappointment. Your brain, always calculating, chooses safety. Reward prediction error. Neurobiologist Wolfram Schultz studied this. You've heard of dopamine, the pleasure chemical. But dopamine is a prediction engine, not a simple giver of happiness. It rises not just with any reward, but with surprise, with delight. But if you've learned through silent birthdays or unmade gestures, your brain stops predicting joy where pain repeated. It's not indifference, it's scar tissue, a genius adaptation. If you say, it's just another day, that might be the sound of efficiency, not emptiness. But not everyone's nonchalance is born of hidden pain. Time blindness. Some people forget their birthday, not from wounds, but from perpetual motion. Psychologists call this time blindness. When your mind is busy juggling tasks, fighting fires, or inhabiting future and past at once, dates dissolve, weeks blend together. Your brain files your birthday under not urgent. It's not that you don't care, it's that your caring is spent elsewhere. Attention, like all things, is finite. Birthdays, once a headline, are now a footnote. And there's yet another group, self-determination theory. Some simply don't need a birthday, not from numbness or overload, but from internal wholeness. Psychologists Deci and Ryan called this self-determination. The healthiest minds are the ones whose contentment draws from within, not from ritual, not from applause or cake, not on a day that society says is special. These people have quietly stepped off the hedonic treadmill, out of the loop of next event equals next happiness. They find meaning anywhere, Tuesday noon or midnight rain. And to many, this calm autonomy feels provocative. Society says, you should want this. But what if not needing the noise is a sign of psychological strength? 3 principles for your next birthday, backed by psychology. So, if you find yourself saying, it's just another day, here's a simple way to reflect, grounded in science and kindness. 1. Examine your story. Is your silence a shield? Seligman's learned helplessness means some avoid birthdays because of old disappointments. Gently ask yourself, is the desire really gone or just tucked away for safety? No judgment, just truth. 2. Notice your mental tabs. Maybe you're forgetting because you're busy, not bitter. Neuropsychology calls it time blindness. Check in with your attention. Is your life so full that dates slip by? What gets your energy now? 3. Get curious about your autonomy. Self-determination theory. Some people don't celebrate out of freedom, not fear. If skipping the ritual feels like peace instead of pain, acknowledge it. You found a rare contentment. Happiness no longer dances to someone else's calendar. Optionally, ask, is my choice truly free? Do I feel a quiet should in my chest, or contentment that needs no witness? So, let's bring this together. Imagine a circle. One segment is avoidance rooted in past pain. One is forgetting due to fullness.
One is freedom beyond ritual. Instead of judging your place, see the wheel. It turns with your experiences, your growth. Today's just another day might be tomorrow's peaceful truth, or a day to revisit old hopes, or simply another check-in with yourself. You are not a fixed point. You are a pattern constantly rewriting itself. So next time someone asks, what are you doing for your birthday? You don't owe them a party, a photo, or a polished answer. You owe only the truth, whichever version feels right now. Whether your birthday is a scar, a forgotten date, or simply a gentle day, you are still whole. Because genuine contentment does not require permission or occasion or a room full of applause. You were never broken for knowing what you need. And sometimes nothing is the most profound celebration of all. If this silence feels like home, stay. Leave a quiet mark below if this spoke to you. And know, some of us are here not to shout, but to listen with you, to every gentle answer your life gives. Your birthday, your pace, your peace. You are allowed.